All right, geometry, we're back at it again. We're going to start section 2, which is on we use segments and congruence. So we're going to talk about what does it mean to be congruent and how can we do some things with some segments here. So definitions to start. A postulate or axiom is a rule that is accepted without proof. So without proof. So it's something that has never really been proven or shown, but we use it in geometry because without it, certain things couldn't be true. A theorem is a rule that can be proved. A coordinate is the real number that corresponds to a point. The points in a line can be matched one-to-one with real numbers. So the real number that corresponds to a point is the coordinate of that point. Think of like when you graph, the x-axis has numbers that go positive, numbers that go negative. So that's what we're talking about as coordinates. All right, and the distance between 2 points, A and B, is written as this, AB. So if you just have AB and there's no symbol above it, no line segment, that means the distance between AB. Okay, and the distance is the absolute value of the difference of the coordinates of A and B. So in other words, distance is always positive. So I know it's a long definition there. Absolute value just means it always becomes positive. So distance is always positive. When 3 points are collinear, 1 point is between the other two. So for example, if we have a line and there is 1, 2, 3 points on that line, this middle point is between the other two. Okay? If they're not on the same line, then they're not between. So for example, like there's a point here and a point here, and this point is off that line, that point is not between. Between would mean directly in between the 2 points, so they're on the same line. So I'm going to get rid of this. All right, we'll scroll down. Congruent segments, line segments that have the same length, so the same exact length. The symbol that we use for congruent is like an equal sign with a little squiggly line above it. And then in diagrams, congruent segments will be marked with hash marks. So for example, if we have, I'm going to draw a few segments here. So I'm going to draw segment AB, segment CD. Okay, let's do segment JK, we'll call it. All right. Segment XY. And over here we'll do segment, we'll call this one segment EF. Right, so we have 5 segments. Right now in the picture, we don't know if any of them are congruent. But when I do this, what I mean by hash marks, if I put a mark in the middle there, that means that AB, segment AB, is congruent to segment CD. Okay, now if I put 2 marks on XY, so XY has 2 marks, CD only has 1 mark, so those are not congruent. But if I put 2 marks on JK like that, if you see a diagram like this, that means XY and JK are congruent. So over here I'm going to say that segment AB is congruent to segment CD because they both have one hash mark. Also, segment JK is congruent to segment XY. However, notice that EF is not congruent to anything because EF does not have a hash mark. So in a diagram, those hash marks mean congruent. Slide down. Okay, the ruler postulate, I'm going to talk about that briefly. This is just saying that you can measure the distance between two things using a ruler. So in example 1, it says apply the ruler postulate. So measure the length of segment CD to the nearest centimeter. So if I zoom in, okay. So you see how C starts at 1 and D, I would say, is at, do you say, well, it's 4 and then 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's like the 7th little dash. So I would say D is at 4.7 and C is at 1. So to find the distance between the two, you take the absolute value of 4.7 minus 1. So the absolute value of 3.7, which is equal to 3.7. And then our label is going to be in centimeters. So how far is it from C to D? It is 3.7 centimeters. Right. Postulate 2 is a segment addition postulate. So if we have a segment that goes all the way from A to C, and if B is directly in between those, then we know that from A to B plus BC is going to equal AC. So all this is saying is that this part, the blue part, plus that yellow part is equal to the whole thing. So take the two parts, it's going to add them up, they're going to be the full thing. Okay, so going down to example 2. Apply the segment addition postulate. The locations shown lie in a straight line. Find the distance from the starting point to the destination. So we want to know from our starting point, how far is it to our destination? So you start and you go to the rest area. That was 64 miles. Then you go from the rest area to your destination, which is 87 more miles. So to do the segment addition postulate, we would take the distance from S to R, plus the distance from R to D. That will equal the distance from S to D. So from S to R is 64. From R to D is 87. And then from S to D, how far is that? That's what we're looking for. So 64 plus 87 is 151 miles. I know that's pretty straightforward, but it's going to get a little trickier than that as we go on. So example 3, use the diagram to find KL. All right, so if we know that the whole thing is 38, and then this part is 15, we want to know how big is it from K to L. So we're going to call that X. So we're going to use segment addition. So the entire segment is JL. The two pieces are JK and KL. So we're going to do JK plus KL is equal to JL. So how big is JK? 15. How big is KL? X. How big is it from J to L? 38. So you plug those in, we get 15 plus x equals 38. To find x, to get rid of that plus 15 is minus 15. So we get x equals 38 minus 15 is 23. So how big is KL? KL equals 23. Okay. All right, moving on to example 4. We have a little bit of graphing. Not too bad, though. So example 4 says compare segments for congruence. Plot F, G, H, and J on the coordinate plane, then determine whether FG, segment FG, and segment HJ are congruent. So let's first start by plotting them. So F is at 4, 5. So for F, you go, X is 4, so go 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is 5, so go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is F. G is at negative 1, 5. So for G, you go to the left 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is G. So that's segment FG. H is at 3, 3. So 3 to the right, 3 up. This is H. And then J is at 3, negative 2. 1, 2, 3, down 2. We connect that. So we want to know, is the distance from G to F the same as the distance from H to J? So for horizontal distance, we subtract the x coordinate. For vertical distance, we subtract the y coordinate. Okay, so from F to G, the x coordinate is 5. Notice, F to G, the x coordinate is 4 and negative 1. So to find the distance, it will be 4 minus negative 1. So the distance is equal to 5. From H to J, we subtract the y coordinate. So it'd be 3 minus negative 2, which is also 5. So notice these are the same. So the question was, are they congruent? The distance from FG is equal to the distance from H to J. Therefore, FG is congruent to segment HJ. Okay, and then we have some checkpoints. We're going to skip this one. We're going to use a ruler. And if I give you anything on the homework that requires a ruler on accident, just ignore it, okay? We're going to skip the ruler part. We are going to go to number 2, though. So number 2 says find the distance from Q to S and the distance from P to Q. So we want to find Q to S. So to find QS, we just have to add up the two parts, 31 and 30. So from Q to S, it's just 61. If we want to find PQ, let me erase this now. To find PQ, what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire thing, that's 55. We're going to use our segment addition. We're going to take PR is equal to PQ plus QR. And PQ is what we're looking for. So how big is PR? Again, we're basically ignoring all of this. We don't care about that right now. PR is 55. How big is PQ? We don't know. We're going to call that X. And how big is QR? 31. So basically, how big does PQ have to be that when you add it to 31, you get 55? We just minus 31. So what is 55 minus 31? We end up with 24. So PQ must equal 24. Because 24 plus 31 is 55. Okay. And actually, for number 3, I'm just going to quickly explain it. This would be one that you could use a graph, but we don't really have to graph it. If you look at the distance from A to B, if you look at AB here, notice that the y-coordinate is the same in both. So if the y-coordinate's the same, if you want to find the distance, you take the two x's and subtract them. And this would be easier to see if you graphed it. We're not going to do a lot of graphing. This is kind of a shortcut. So if you do 4 minus -2, you do chop chop, which is really 4 plus 2, you get 6. For CD, let me change colors. Notice the x value is the same, and the y's are different. So take the y values and subtract them. 5 minus 0 is 5. So are they congruent? No. One is 5 and one is 6. All right, and that's all we got for section 2. Let me know if anything doesn't make sense and you have questions.